folks. Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Let's talk about it. A recent story broke in which a couple of armed robbers, they effed around with the wrong dude and found out what the utility of the Second Amendment really is. This past Sunday, a 25-year-old man who is yet to be named by the media was accosted in his own home by two men who claimed to be cops and were wearing police uniforms. It became immediately and imminently clear to the guy pretty quickly, though, that they were anything but the constabulary when they zip-tied his hands and proceeded to rob him. However, our boy here wasn't the type to take this lying down, and these two assholes apparently weren't the type to make sure that the guy they were about to jack wasn't armed, because guess what? Dude was into the whole concealed carry lifestyle, and he lit the sons of bitches up like a Christmas tree. He killed one of them, and the other one ran off. Now, justice doesn't seem to appear too often in this old world these days, but it worked out okay for this guy. The police have reported that this was a justifiable homicide. No charges have been filed against him. And that, by the way, is something to keep in mind when you're someone who carries a weapon. You kill someone, you are going to jail. You might and hopefully will get released once it's determined that you're innocent of a crime, but you are going to get arrested at the scene. And my advice is that you go right along with that, because that's the law. Anyway, this man, who was described as a victim, but I'm not going to call him that because he rose above victimhood, this guy has since put out a statement that he believes everyone in the city should be protecting themselves with firearms. And it's made me wonder, could it be that the pervasive anti-gun attitude with which we conservative types have collectively put up with over the years and just kind of thrown out there as a big bargaining chip, are they finally beginning to melt away a little bit? Is it possible that the American people are finally beginning to wake up and smell the hot brass? Many of them realizing for the first time in decades that there is a good, solid reason why that amendment is so important. Maybe. I hope so. I don't need to walk you through all the reasons why we need guns in this country. I do a lot of preaching to the choir. I know that. But I trust that you've got this one down, pretty well. Nevertheless, I find myself in an expansive mindset when in reviewing a story in which the bad guys got what was coming to them and the good guy didn't get penalized for it. I have no doubt that gun control advocates who are weeping into their sleeves over this one and already furiously masturbating about it on Twitter, David Hogg style. But me and thee, well, friends, we can just be happy for the right outcome and see it as something that underlines the fact that we need to continue to fight to maintain that freedom. Tyranny dies out facing a pile of spent brass, my friends. You know it, I know it. It ain't about the deer wearing the Kevlar, as Joe Biden wants to tell you. And maybe just as importantly, those who would seek to bring about the tyranny in the first place know it. So take a moment today, smile a little bit about this story. Yeah, the dude got smoked. Hey, maybe get yourself and your family out to the range. Do some target practice. Get iTarget Pro. We love it. You just never know when a little skill and the willingness to protect yourself might come in handy. We were talking during the break about just living in different areas. You've bounced around the country. Yeah. You're in a pretty metropolitan area. We talk about people who come to this parking lot here, and sometimes they F around.
Yep.
You stay pretty well armed, I'm assuming.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good. I have my oldest brother is ex-military, which helps.
Yeah.
And my mother, from a young age, made sure all of us were trained with firearms, respected them, understood how to work with them, and I'm her only daughter, and so she got me into self-defense classes when I was about 10 years old, started going to the range at that age, started carrying as soon as I could. No, it's empowering.
It is.
And it's essential for women if you are in a state where you can get your license, if you have, constitutional carry, get comfortable with a gun. I have so many conservative female friends who obviously support the Second Amendment and, champion it. This is great, but know nothing about guns, don't want to carry them. Like, I just don't want to touch that. Like, I respect it. This is great, but I don't want to do it. It's like, no, get yourself to the range, take a course, figure it out, buy a gun, especially right now with like everything that all the gun control measures that are coming down, how hard it is to get ammunition. Stock up, get comfortable, and get strapped.
Somebody asked me recently, they said, hey, do you need, what do you need? Talking about ammunition.
Yep.
They found a deal. I said, I don't need any.
Yeah.
They're like, we hate you. I was like, trust me. I've been stockpiling for a long time.
Yep.